What is on the line for Ciryl Gane and Tai Tuivasa? Because this is a big match. This is a big card. They got one of those two guys is ranked number one. Please don't correct me on this, right? You know that I don't do the rankings, and that's not a shtick by me. I just feel like we can guess and we can kind of do our own ranking. That's probably better than anything that's actually official. Just by example, when I say one of those guys probably number one, I mean Ciryl. Ciryl was 15-0 coming into his last fight. He won 2 out of the 3 rounds as interim champion. And the only guy that he lost to is this sitting undisputed champion. He is now 15-1. I trust that he's ranked number one. And if he's not, I should be right now, Tai Tuivasa. Tai came in, stopped Derek Lewis, who was ranked 3. Tai should have then been ranked 3 by Chael's math, but I was wrong. Now this, I'm going back 4 months. I'm going back 5 months. But Tuivasa came in at 4. Instead of giving him 3, they moved him to 4. That's a massive fight in your perennial division. The perennial division of combat, scripted and unscripted. Hulk Hogan was the heavyweight champion. Muhammad Ali was the heavyweight champion. Brock Lesnar was the heavyweight champion. It's your perennial division. You got number one. 1 match removed from the world championship. Taking on number 4. Number 4, should I mention, is the fastest rising star, guys, I think that heavyweight's ever seen. I'd never seen anything like Tai Tuivasa. And I bring that to you because I was live. To be there live and to see that man turn an arena. And I witnessed this once at T-Mobile. I saw this on TV, and people are doing the shoey, which is disgusting to me. T-Mobile is a different crowd. That's Vegas. That's tourists, right? It's a destination. They fly in. So now you have real hardcore fans. Our hardcore fans willing to catch a flight, take time off work, book hotels, buy tickets, and come down to the event, loved him. Okay, well, not so fast. You got away with one there, Tuivasa. You're now going out to Houston to take on their favorite fighter ever in Derek Lewis. They booed you on the way to the ring. 4 minutes later, they're on their feet against their own guy doing shoeys. It was a Rocky moment. I mean, I swear to goodness, without exaggeration, guys. You remember Rocky? USA versus Russia. Like, that story's not going to go away, but it was documented as well in the story, right? This wasn't just Reagan versus Gorbachev. This wasn't just about the Cold War. Rocky largely made it because he's taking on the Russian. Oh, by the way, he goes to Russia to do it. And this is the story. He ends up turning the crowd, and Rocky even says that in the interview. You know, hey, if I can love you and you can love me, maybe we can all love each other. I'm close, right? It was something like this, but I'm telling you, Tuivasa did this in front of me. It wasn't scripted. 15,128 people, if you want to be exact, on their feet, watching him do shoeys, taking their boots off and holding it up in the air and dumping their beer. You know what a beer costs when you go to a live event? I don't know, but it's like $11. A beer, it's like $11 at these things. You try to tip the gal after you're probably out $14, and I might be shaving a few. They're dumping this into a cup, paying homage to a guy that just floored their star. Tuivasa is massive. Not to mention, Tuivasa represents something. It's not just the shoey. Tuivasa is the only street fighter in the business today that's worth a goddamn. There isn't a street fighter that's ranked in any division, in any organization. Tai Tuivasa is the modern day Tank Abbott. Truly. I don't know that he would take this a compliment. I think that he would. I think that he would like what I'm saying, but he might not, and I'll tell you why, because he's trying to get serious about the business. He's on his back throwing up triangle chokes in practice every day. He's on his back working on arm bars and hip escapes. He is a street fighter. I am right about that. He has the mentality. He is going to go turn this into a brawl by damn whoever you are. But I don't know that that's who he wants to be. I think he might want to be this very polished guy. And by the way, the leaps and bounds that he's raw. He's raw. That's a compliment. Oh my goodness, I'm complimenting. You want to put martial arts, which we don't do. You would put martial arts, mixed martial arts, under the traditional martial arts belt system. He's purple. When it comes down to overall skills, hey, Tuivasa, show me a couple of takedowns here, just with a drill partners. You know, slow it down and really show me the technique. Hey, Ty, hit a mount escape for me. Hey, show me your version of a guillotine. Hey, show me a good combo where you dig to the liver and then come up straight. He's raw. This guy is a competitor. He is calm when he gets in there. He is looking for a fight. He's great, man. Tai Tuivasa is great. He's also ranked number 4. He's taking on who's ranked number 1. Please don't correct me because I should be right. Whether I am or not, I should be right. This is on free TV. Oh, did I happen to mention for you the co-main event is the former number 1 contender against the former champion? The number 1 ranked middleweight right now is Whitaker. Now, these are Chael stats. These haven't been checked, but when Whitaker was done with Adesanya, he remained as number 1. I saw that with my own eyes. There is a chance that even without a loss or a competition, they've done something with Pierre, but I don't think that they did. I believe Pierre is sitting at 5. I don't think that Pierre came up because Strickland was sitting at 6. That's how I'm coming to these numbers. But I know I'm close. I know that Chael's math is close. So you have the number 1 ranked guy in the world who's the former belt holder, who, by the way, you want to stay on Whitaker, currently holds 1/2 of the all-time attendance record at 57,000. He's in the co-main event. This is a huge card. So what is on the line? What are they fighting for? What are they fighting about? Why are we here? What are you going to do? And whether you literally the fan who has an opinion, who makes comments, who goes to social media, which is just a massive way to participate, or what are you, the fellow pundits, or what are you, the ranking committee, going to do after this match? Why are we here? This make-believe notion that everybody has to stop until Jones, who has never been licensed at the weight, and Stipe, who was carried out of his last fight. You know I love Stipe. I don't like wording it that way, but I'm accurate in wording it that way. And this make-believe notion that everybody has to stop, no matter what they're doing, no matter what wins they're having, no matter how hard they're working, no matter what their level of sacrifice is, and we all just have to wait until those two eventually get in there and sort it out. Why? It's a bunch of crap. We could interim championship this match. Do you know who would complain? This is never going to happen. Do you know who would complain if Dana comes out tomorrow to press conferences? Oh, by the way, see this beautiful belt? I'm actually putting it up in the main event this Saturday. Surprise to everybody. Nobody would complain. You have the number 1 ranked guy taking on the number 4 ranked guy. You have no other heavyweights booked that are remotely close to what I just said. But they're not fighting for an interim championship. They're not fighting for any championship. And I'm wondering, what do you do with this? If Tai Tuivasa, who's nowhere near as good, he is nowhere near as good as Ciryl Gane, not by the X's and O's, not by the, I'm going to block and roll, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to come under, not by the X's and O's. Tai Tuivasa not only can win this fight, he can knock him out. What are you going to do then? If Tai Tuivasa stops Ciryl Gane, he's the number 4 heavyweight stops the #1 ranked heavyweight. Oh, and by the way, #4 also happens to be the most popular. Jon Jones cannot and has never brought an arena to their feet and took their shoe off. Took a $14 anything, and I'm just sharing with you. This is real. What are you going to do with it? Well, no, Chael, we're still going to call Cleveland, and we're going to call over to New Mexico, and we're going to, make sure that we get this goddamn match done, no matter how long it takes, for reasons completely unknown. It's a great match, but why are we waiting on it? Those boys can come in and go challenge for an interim championship. Those boys can come in, figure out between them, and go challenge for an undefeated championship. I'm not stopping a match. I'm not taking anything away from us. I'm asking why these guys have to win. And what are you going to do if Tuivasa wins? Because if Tuivasa wins by knocking him out. And if he knocks him out, he's going to knock him out in front of his home crowd in France. What are you going to do? You're going to put Tuivasa in there with blades somewhere in first quarter of 2023? What are you going to do? You have a massive problem on your hands. In that, you have a massive opportunity that we as a community, for reasons that I can't understand, and I'm part of it. I'm getting the neck veins and I'm yelling at you guys. I'm part of I'm Stipe and Jones, and that is the most massive fight, and whatever we have to do, and we must preserve it. And by the way, when they fight, there must be a title up. Whether you make it the undisputed or the Israel, I've said all of these things, and I've said them for a year. Why don't we stop? #1 is about to take on #4. Okay? That's going to happen Saturday. And Dana's going to give it to you. Oh, by the way, before they walk out there, the #1 ranked middleweight and the former champion and 50% of the live gate record holder is going to open the... This is a huge show. What are we doing? We're acting like this isn't going to happen. We're acting like this isn't real. They're like any single word that I just said. If Surreal wins, nothing changes. I will concede to that. Now, maybe we still need to give it a good look. I think my points are still somewhat valid, but nothing actually changes from today. Surreal keeps his ranking. Tuivasa will keep his. Everything will be the same if Surreal wins. If Surreal loses, he's losing by knockout on home turf to the most popular guy in the division. What is the plan to build from there? What is the plan that Tuivasa moves into? And it's not enough to change it in the ranking, not in my opinion. Not when you have the most popular guy. That means something. You've earned that. That's a title. You can get the biggest pop of anyone in your division. You've earned. You can talk about black belts, you can talk about gold belts, you can talk about championship opportunities, man. Those things are real, but so's the one I'm discussing, and it was earned. And to go into a ranking meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday and reveal to the world that Tuivasa has moved up from 4 closer to 1, it's not enough of a payoff. I'm not scolding you, and I don't have to have a literal answer. We do as a community. We owe it to these guys. We owe these guys something. Not to mention that we're getting this for free. So I don't need a literal answer, but please, you got to join me, guys. That we at least need to take consideration into what I'm saying.